What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I want to thank you for joining me once again, my friends. All right, guys, I got a story here, right? And it seems that once again, the Star Wars official Twitter page has completely made a fool out of themselves. Once again, virtue signaling, because we are in the midst of Black History Month. Yes, Black History Month. And this is a perfect time for people to virtue signal, right? And you know, there's a lot of people out there, of course, who are acknowledging milestones in Black history and things like that. And that's wonderful. It seems to me in 2021, Black history should be recognized as American history, and there should be no need to have a Black History Month anymore. But we've got that, okay? So here it is. And the Star Wars official Twitter page, they're trying to be a part of it. So what they did was they showcased Black artist Mel Milton, okay? Now, I've looked at a lot of Mel Milton's work. Exceptional artist. He is incredibly talented. This is not to take away anything from him, okay? So they're showcasing him. And he made a statement, all right? And he put like this incredible picture of John Boyega as Finn, and he made a statement, okay? So these are his words that I'm reading, okay? And it says here, storytelling is at the heart of being human, and Black representation in all media gives us the opportunity to feel like we're part of the world we're living in. To be seen and heard more gives us a chance to feel like we are understood by those consuming our stories. Stories can show how a character can overcome struggles and conflict, and to see someone like yourself in that story is a springboard for the imagination. Introduce that to an eager mind of a child, and you inspire the next generation of great storytellers and beyond. And that was a quote by the very talented artist, Mel Milton, artist of this Finn illustration for hashtag Black History Month, hashtag Black History Always. Okay, so there it is, okay? And like I said before, that sounds great. I mean, the concept of it, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So there's no disrespect to Mel Milton at all. Now, the problem that I have with it is that's not what Disney Lucasfilm has done. They definitely didn't do that with Finn's character, so they got a big, beautiful picture of John Boyega as Finn here, and I gotta tell you, it's got 6,622 likes right now. It's got 2,052 shares, and it's got 1,577 comments. And from what I've seen, at least 99.9% of those comments are taking the official Star Wars Twitter page to task. A lot of people are calling them out for their hypocrisy. A lot of people today are finding the utter hypocrisy in what they claim to stand for. Of course, Star Wars and Disney Lucasfilm, you know, they've been up on their high horse talking about how, oh, we care about the colored people. We care about the women. We care about the trans people. We care about everybody. That's us, you know, but in action, that's not what they've done. So you got all of these comments here just trashing them. You know what I mean? Just completely like throwing them out, man. And they deserve it. You know, people are just not having this anymore. And I would call to your attention, guys, all right, since they put Finn there, knowing that John Boyega just was speaking about how he was dissatisfied with how his character was portrayed. They didn't give him a story arc at all. Keep in mind, the character of Finn, that wasn't even his name. They named him. You understand? They didn't even give him the dignity of finding his own identity. There was an old miniseries that came on in the 70s called Roots, where they went to great lengths to show you how a young man, was taken from Africa. He was enslaved, and in Africa, his birth name was Kunta Kinte, and he was played by LeVar Burton, right? Of Star Trek: The Next Generation fame, you know, Geordie LaForge, things like that. His name was Kunta Kinte. When he was enslaved, they whipped him until he had to say that his name was Toby. They cut off his toes and stuff like that. They broke his limbs. They kept asking him, "What's your name, boy?" And he would say, "Kunta Kinte," and they would whip him and beat him, and they would say, "What's your name, boy?" And he would say, "Kunta Kinte." And the more they beat him and beat him and beat him and beat him, finally he just had to say, "Toby." So Finn didn't get the dignity of knowing his name, boy. They named him. Poe named him. You know what, boy? I'm gonna name you Finn. You know, it could be that Finn maybe didn't have a name. I don't know. Maybe he was taken in an age where he didn't even get to even have a name. But somebody named him. He didn't even get to think to himself, what would I like to be named? Someone just named him, all right? And then throughout the course of the Nyquil trilogy, the sequel trilogy, they didn't even give him the dignity of having a scene where he wondered, where did I come from? My mom, me dad, did I have sisters? Did I have brothers? You know, things like that. That wasn't something that really bothered him too much until like maybe the last one where they tried to hurriedly give him something, you know, and imply that he was force sensitive in the last movie of a trilogy. You know, the thing about Roots is that there was significance in the title. There's importance in knowing your roots. You know what I mean? To know where you spring from and how you grow and things like that. They didn't give Finn that. You know, he had no roots. You know, he had no depth as a human being. He was there for comedic relief. You know, everybody knows that the potential for his story could have been incredible. You know, think about that. A rogue stormtrooper that's force sensitive. So many stories could have been told there. His desire to get back to where he came from. You know, to liberate his people. Rebellion! That could have been your story right there. You know what I mean? But no, they didn't give him that. They didn't even want to commit to giving him a love interest. Why? They took him off the poster, or they significantly diminished his presence on the poster to appease the racist audience over there in China. You know, who didn't want to see him prominently on the poster, I suppose. But now, in 2021, even though the man told you about how dissatisfied he was with his role, you smack him in the face by showcasing his face and virtue signaling behind it. Like I said, this has nothing to do with the talented actor, I keep saying actor, the talented artist, Mel Milton. Okay, no disrespect to him whatsoever. But they're using you too, Mel. You know, and that's what they do. They use everybody. They use black people. They use women. And they hide behind them to push whatever political leanings that they have. And when they're done with you, they throw you away. The worst thing that you can do, Mel, or John Boyega, or Kelly Marie Tran, or Gina Carano, is think for yourself. Once you do that, oh, well, then, of course, they have no more use for your struggles and your independence. They don't care anymore. You know, you're only as useful as, you know, you're only as useful to them as long as they need you to put out there in the front. You know, that's what they do. You know, they use you. They use black people. They use women. They use trans people and all that stuff. But they're not really committed to it. They don't really respect these people. If they did, they would have given Finn a story that, you know, that people could have clung to for generations. And then they have the nerve to talk about, introduce that to the eager mind of a child. You guys know by now, man, I sound like a broken record. My son was an eager mind. You know, he was that eager mind who loved Finn. But by the time The Last Jedi came out, he was done. They disgraced him so badly. They disgraced Luke Skywalker so badly. These are the characters that my son loved. But no, you dictate to the kids what you want them to be instead of encouraging them to be what they want to be. See, there's the difference. And you think you're not going to get called out for that. Well, I applaud everybody in the comment section. And I'm going to leave the link to this in the description so you can go down the list. I'm not making this up. Down the list, everybody calling them out for their bullshit. Everybody. And as well it should be. So, Disney, Lucasfilm, official Star Wars Twitter page. You can take that virtue signaling and shove it up your ass. We don't need that from you. We know what you are. You're not impressing anybody. We don't need you. What we need is good storytelling, good character development. Respect and dignity for your characters, all of them, whether it's black, whether it's white. Because believe me, you're not doing us any favors by tearing down white people. The everything that we fought for was equality, not special needs, not give us a head start. Equality. So by tearing down others to lift us up, I'll pass on that. And the majority of us will pass on that. We don't need it. We want an optimistic view of the future. That's what we want. That's what we crave. You see what we've been through out here with this pandemic? We want hope. We don't want division. But that's what you people do. And look at your comment section. More and more people are seeing it for what it is. We want Cara Dune. We want Finn the right way. We want Rey the right way. We want Luke Skywalker the right way. We don't need you tinkering with what you want our sensibilities to be. We're beyond that. You've been fucking with the wrong fandom because we got past that. We outgrew that a long time ago. You're the ones who are setting us back. All right, guys, you can get in the comment section and let me know how you feel about this. Like I said, the link is going to be left in the description so you can check it out yourself. And as always, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe, and I'll leave the link to my Twitter account as well in the description. Come give me a follow sometimes if you choose to. If you don't, that's fine too. All right, guys, thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I will catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.